For those who don't know me, my name is Patsy Jibono. I'm a business consultant for Promise Organic Fruit Juice, a multi-domestic company based in Minnesota. The business is decentralized. We have offices, uh, stores in Africa, some parts of Africa like Nigeria. We have the Middle East and Asia. So Promise Organic Fruit produces organic juice to meet customers' need and demands to gain a global competitive advantage and improve its brand. So Promise Organic juice is made for those who are health conscious. It's for all ages. There's no alcohol added, and it's also good for athletes. So our goal is to have customer satisfaction, create unique value, and achieve competitive advantage. And this competitive advantage will help us to grow our sales and make profit and remain relevant in the global market. Our mission is to promote and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So today on our agenda, we have a full agenda. And we are going to start on our agenda importance of strategic planning and impact on organizational goals, which is very important. Steps in the strategic planning process. Then impact of a downturn economy on operating globally. How organizations must alter their business operation. Explanation of organizational infrastructure and how it relates to the strategic plan. Next, we're going to talk about how organizational infrastructure affects strategic planning. Then we're going to discuss differences between a strategy and a policy. Moving down, we will assess the need for improvement by using a gap analysis. Then finally, on our agenda will be description of risk management and how risk management fit into the overall strategic plan. So we are going to continue, and I hope you will enjoy this because this is quite an interesting subject. Thank you. All right. So now we're going to talk about the importance of strategic planning. But before then, what is strategic planning? Strategic planning is about developing, analyzing, and planning to achieve organizational goal and create sense of direction for the business. In strategic planning, we analyze both the strengths and weaknesses in the organization. And why do we do that? We do that to find opportunities to overcome the threat facing the market. And we do that by clearly making a decision. So clear decision making is very important. And why is that? Because it helps us to attract investors that will invest in our business, especially at this crucial time, so that the business will remain relevant. And in strategic planning, we have to clearly and accurately communicate to our employees where we are going, what is our goal in order to avoid resistance. Because if employees do not know why the change is being made, there is every tendency that there is going to be resistance. They will not follow the change. Strategic planning is good to stimulate both old and new business. So at this point, it is very important to understand the opportunities and threats facing the global market in order to plan strategically. And by understanding the opportunities, we will be able to see and take advantage of the options in order to respond quickly to the threat facing the market. Strategic planning is about outlining and prioritizing the direction of an organization to focus on its future success. This will create competitive edge, generate revenue, increase sales, and also make the business to stay relevant. It plays a crucial role in organization performance because it reveals the company's strengths and weaknesses that might exist. Then make changes if the business is not operating in the direction that it's supposed to go. This will help to compete in the market and impact the survival of the organization. Strategic planning helps to create a sound decision that will attract, like I said, investors. And this will help the organization to expand the business, innovate, and invest, especially in technology to meet customers' demand. It is important to clearly, you know, and accurately communicate to employees. Why are we doing this? Because this will give the employees the sense of direction of where the organization is going in order to avoid any resistance from the employees. Strategic planning is good to stimulate and develop both new and old businesses. It helps to grow business by identifying economic opportunities, securing finances to achieve the objective and goals of the business. Thank you. So I'm going to continue with the importance of strategic planning. When it comes to Promise fruit juice, um, this with strategic planning for our organization, it will offer direction to which the company is going, help us have new ideas to innovate and be creative. According to Porter 1996, competitive advantage is about being different. What is that one thing that will make customers to leave your competitors and come to you? What is that unique selling point that you have? And that's what our company is prepared to do, because that will help us to prepare for the challenges and find way to overcome them, especially during economic downturn, to respond quickly to market challenge. And we need to have skills and qualified people to help and build success by gathering new knowledge. Regarding the economic downturn, Promise Organic Fruit Juice must be prepared for the new norm or changes, which we like to call it. Because during this downturn, customers' demand changes. So when customers' demand changes, we, the company, we have to change to meet customers' need in order not to lose customer but gain their trust and reputation, so that when we have a competitive edge and heavily invest in research to find out what exactly is going on in the market. And that will help us to add value to our products. Thus, it will increase profitability. So it is essential to develop, support, and empower our employees. We must make them feel engaged, make them feel they belong, and also empower them so that they will be accountable for what they do. We should not micromanage them, because employees do not really like a company that will be micromanaging them. They want to be empowered, feel belonged, and those will increase employee retention and satisfaction. Ultimately, this will lead to productivity and sales growth in order for our business to be relevant during the downturn. Thank you so much. And next, we are going to talk about the impact of strategic planning on organizational goal. So for organizational goal to be successful, we must align team to a shared purpose and objective. Aligning team to share purpose and objective will increase motivation. Strategic planning helps to engage and motivate employees for everyday activities, and this will increase productivity and achieve organizational goal. It helps to take the company from point A to point B. If employees are not engaged and motivated, they will resist any changes. That is the fact. They are not gonna buy into any organizational changes, because we know that employees, when there's changes in an organization, they are skeptical. They don't know what is going on, where the company is going. So it is crucial to engage them, motivate them for everyday activities. And also, holding all employees accountable is vital for every organization, like I mentioned before, because it helps for effective decision making. That will also help to break into new markets. Everybody puts their own idea on the table. Nobody's left behind. And it helps to grow sales and revenue. When employees' decision is acknowledged, it helps them to motivate, to innovate, and that brings creativity to the company. Furthermore, it helps to clarify organizational mission and value, which helps to determine the organizational shape. Where is the company going to? What future has the company? So, in all this, strategic planning is very crucial, and the impact is helps to focus and study customers' trade. A solid and effective action plan will give the company a competitive goal once the company's goal and the objectives are realized. So, impact of strategic planning on organization is crucial and should not be downlooked. It creates solid plan and follows with unique value. It increases sales by operating in new market or environment. Thank you. And we're still on the topic of the impact of strategic planning, which is vital to new experiences and ideas. These new experiences and ideas will help to fill missing gap, which will lead to creativity and innovation and help organizations to solve problems quickly and give a competitive edge. I mentioned before during the COVID how Amazon stood up to fill that gap that was missing by having a same day delivery to customers in the comfort of their home. That was really a huge success for Amazon. And also for strategic planning impact, it is best to use it is the best use of resources such as money, human capital, time for effectively reach to achieve organizational goal and objective. So the impact of organizational of strategic planning ensures that strengths and weaknesses are examined to create the need for improvement, innovation, and creativity, thus giving a competitive edge. Because when the needs of customers are improved, add value, company will have competitive advantage over its competitors. We all know that. When you add value, you have loyal customers who come to you because you meet and exceed their expectations. It contributes to organizational innovation and growth, and also aim to improve productivity and increase efficiency. So, when we talk about the impacts of strategic planning on organizational goals, it helps to reduce potential resources waste and inefficiency. Why? Because the organization will look at what is important at this time and what is not important, then focus on the most important. That is where they channel the resources. Is these resources about training for more skills for employees, so that they will be able to be creative? Are they going to channel the resources to technology to meet customers' need? So all this plays a crucial role when it comes to the impact of strategic planning. It helps organization, like I said, to reduce all those waste, what is not needed at that time, and improve productivity, increase efficiency, and also increase sales and profit, so that the business will survive in times of uncertainty. Thank you. So next, we're going to talk about the outline of the steps in the strategic planning processes, or the way call it overview of the steps in the strategic planning processes. The steps in strategic planning process helps to build and create vision, objectives, and core values for any organization that wants to survive. It helps to track process and people development by one, developing the SMART goal to measure success. So the goal must be specific. Anytime you're creating a goal, that goal must be specific, and it has to be realistic. You don't just set goal that is that you cannot achieve. And the goal must be measurable, assignable, and time bound. And also, when this goal is set, it is crucial to keep monitoring the progress of the strategy constantly. You do not just put a goal and then monitor it. You have to monitor the goals to see how the business is operating. Thank you. And we continue on the outlines of the steps in the strategic planning. So coming back to Promise Organic Fruit Juice, to thrive in economic downturn where the system, everybody is running around, how is the business going to start, is going to survive, Promise Organic Fruit Juice needs to identify the gap between where the company is at this time and what the company wants to achieve by using this strategic plan and vision. In the next 3 years after the problems or the economic downturn, what do we want to achieve? Do we want to be the best brand name globally? So performing a gap analysis will enable Promise Organic Fruit to look for areas of opportunity and assess the state of the business and the future of the business by focusing on what changes that we need, so that we will be able to strengthen the organization. Close the gap is very important. Looking at opportunities so that we close that gap to see where the company is going. Looking for opportunities to be creative and innovative to overcome the threats and obstacles facing the market. in order to remain relevant. Because right now we are looking at where will the organization go in the next 5 years in order to have a competitive edge, grow the business, and increase profit. So analyzing the strategic planning process is crucial. We have to look at our strength. Do we have enough skills to carry us through? Do we have the fund? If we do, very good. We know that yes, this is where we want to be. Now back, the weaknesses. How are we doing with our customers? Are we lacking behind? If we're lacking behind, how do we fill those gaps? And that is an opportunity for us to work on it. Do we need more technology? Do we need more training? If we need more training, then let us channel again our resources to training and also to opportunities. Uh, what is going on in the market? How do we fill that market? From there, we are able to overcome the threats. And now we'll be able to meet customers' need. So it is crucial when we define the mission, what we want the business to be, it will help us to achieve our aim. It helps us to be flexible, and also we'll be able to focus what the next 5 years will be for the company. So outlining the steps in strategic planning will definitely help our organization to set achievable goals, to gain competitive edge, and increase productivity, sales, and profit. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about economic downturn. When we say what is downturn, economy or economic downturn, this is where the business, so the economy is threatening globally. An example was 2008 and 2012, we saw global economic crisis, especially in the mortgage industry, which impact many banks, investors, and also it really impact a lot of people, a lot of businesses. We saw stock market crashes. So when we talk about economic downturn, it is a wide range of it can be internal or external factor that is affecting the market, that is affecting global market. This could be due to, like I said, the market crashes of mortgage in 2008 and 2012, the falling of housing prices, which was creating chaos globally. And this really caused a lot of hardship for a lot of people. And how will a business respond at a time like this? Many jobs were lost and we saw inflation. So how do we tackle this for a business? That will be the next thing we're going to talk about. So when we talk about downturn economy or economic downturn, like I said before, it's a crisis, global crisis that affects the economy. And there were a lot of impacts. At any time where there is economic crisis worldwide, when it affects America, it affects other nations. We know that very well. And what are the impacts to this? Layoffs. Businesses are laying off people just to save money. Investors are losing money. Sharp decline in sales. Nobody is buying anything because there's no money. Inflation. It had, the businesses are really harmed. So when this happened, we've seen many businesses go bankrupt. And why are they doing this? Why are they calling employees? Why are they having layoff? That is because organizations are seeking ways to cut costs in order to protect the organization. Businesses do not want to close down. So what they do is to downsize. During recession, investors, they lose money, sales decline. We see retail stores not selling anything because people don't have money to buy. This really impacts the global market. We saw that during the 2012. And also, not only that, we saw that recently during the COVID. Thank you. And some people might say, is it only the market, the retails, that the economic downturn is impacting? No, it's not. A lot of freezing in hiring, value chain decline. We don't have workers. There are a lot of things going on, especially the raw materials. We're not able to get more raw materials, and that is affecting the prices of commodities. Shortage of supply chain, decline in manufacturing activities, which automatically add to decrease of exports. Lack of raw materials causes an increase in prices, like I said. Because when raw materials, we don't have enough of it, the demand becomes high. For raw materials, the prices are up. Now, the supplying, we don't have enough supply, then the prices of commodities increases. And when this happens, because customers don't have money, many of them are laid off, it reduces customers' demand for goods and services. So all this impacts, there are the problems facing the global market during economic downturn. There is one good thing about that. It helps organizations to be creative. Some organizations, they see opportunity to be creative and innovative. We've seen that, especially during COVID, when Zoom wasn't really that popular before COVID. But during COVID, people stayed at their home to do meetings. People become creative. So at times, economic downturn is not necessarily bad for the economy because it brings about innovation and creativity. Even though customers' wealth declined, we still see opportunities for inventions. Thank you. How organization must alter their business operations. First, to be able to alter business operation, it requires changes. Change is crucial to remain relevant to meet customer and market needs. And that means that we will not continue to do things the way we used to do it. So it is imperative that we change in order to have competitive edge, because if we continue doing things the same way we used to do it before, our competitors will be ahead of us. So to gain dominance and have a competitive edge in the market, change is necessary. Promise Organic Fruit Juice will focus on building relationship with suppliers or vendors that provide low price. Not only low price and cost to speed up deliveries of products and services. This will give the company a long-term commitment to specific products like the fruits we use, the organic fruit we import from Africa and Asia. It is essential to motivate employees to be innovative. So changes is required. So motivate employees that will help them to innovate and add value to our products. Using value chain to differentiate production from competitor and becoming a market leader is crucial at this time. So we need expertise to help us achieve our goal. So Promise Organic Fruit must build on and take advantage of its strong point to rebuild the business by using the unique selling point. So the organization must plan on where the business wants to go and how to get there. This is like a roadmap. It must monitor situations so to adjust to changes everything. Find way to keep the skilled and keep employees together. Communicate changes to employees, which leads to transparency and trust. And we're going to continue on how our organization is going to rebuild the business operations. And you might be asking, how are we going to do that? It is important for leaders to identify skills, give tools for training, and also resources. Empower our employees to be innovative. Also, we have to use metrics to track and recognize core competencies, which can be achieved by understanding employees' need. Promise Organic Fruit Juice Incorporation must assess the business health regularly to adjust when necessary. This will help us to focus on growth and investing in technology and reshape the company to have a competitive edge. We must build an efficient team and listen to our employees' need and also customers' need. If we do not listen to customers' need, our competitors will listen to them and add value to their needs, and this will hurt our business. So it is crucial to give customers a real value proposition, which will be a very good reason to buy. So we're giving them a reason to buy from us instead of buying from our competitors. This will increase productivity, improve growth and profit, and help us to remain relevant in the market. Now we're going to talk about organizational infrastructure. And you might be asking, what is organizational infrastructure? Organizational infrastructure is a critical function that supports business strategies. It helps to know how business activities should be carried out to achieve its goal, mission, and vision. And this includes technology, investment, leadership pipeline, professional staffing, and financial resources. And also, we have reporting dashboard, change management, and human capital. This will help organization to achieve its aim. So, in summary, we can say that organizational infrastructure, they are the pillars of an organization. Like technology, at this age we are, business cannot do without infrastructure like technology. And we are going to address this one by one in our next slide. Thank you. And the next topic will be, how does organizational infrastructure relate to strategic planning? It helps to attract and retain skills and manage resources, improve and accelerate communication. And why do we say that? Organizational infrastructures enhances and attracts talent to ensure a high-performance workforce with the technical and professional skills needed. So this will help to increase productivities and achieve organizational goals for excellent customer service experience. And when we talk about communication, leaders can effectively communicate strategies to employees, and this will help to increase engagement, trust, transparency in the execution of effective decisions towards achieving organizational objectives. Furthermore, improved technology, tools, and equipment for faster delivery of product to customers is crucial. It helps also to report, collect data, and analyze data. And this will enable the organization to measure progress towards strategic goal. Because when organization measures progress, it will help to know exactly what is lacking and where needs to be filled. In looking at the gap, we're able to see opportunities by adding value to customers' need, thus leading to competitive edge. Thank you. So before, I said I was going to break down organizational infrastructure and how it affects strategic planning. So when we talk about reporting dashboard, first, a reporting dashboard is crucial in strategic planning. Why? Because it helps to make informed decisions, especially for organization Promise Organic Fruit Juice Inc. By having interactive interface and visual, example is like Tableau, we will be able to collect data from different sources. It will display the metrics of how the business is doing. So the dashboard helps to track and measure sources or where we are lacking. So the leaders will be able to access this dashboard anywhere they are in the world, to be able to make a sound decision. If they need to make changes, it can be done within minutes. So reporting dashboard is very important when it comes to making a sound decision for an organization. Then again, we talk about customer service process. Promise Organic Fruit Juice Inc. is going to seize opportunities to innovate, because where there is lack, we look at what gap needs to be filled. And that's where the new opportunities come out to invent, creative, and acquire expertise to meet customers' need. No business can function without customers. So customers are the heartbeat of every business. So it is important to connect with them, listen to them, and meet and exceed their expectation no matter the situation. Customers always want to get the best. That 5-star rating, that 5-star service, that's what they want from us. So it is good for us to innovate, add value to our product in order to have that wow service they're looking for. Without listening to customers and without connecting with them to know exactly what they want, our organization will not be able to achieve its aim. But when we are able to listen to them, provide and exceed the expectation, customers will be able to refer their friends and family to our businesses. And what does that mean? That means more referral, loyalty, productivity, sales, more sales, and also make us relevant even in the face of crisis. It helps us to build customer relationship, loyalty, reputation, and finally, profits for our organization. And now we are going to talk about human capital. No business, I said no business will function without human capital. So it is important for our business, especially Promise Organic Fruit, to be relevant during economic crisis to attract, hire, and retain skills and employees. When I mean skills, I mean high caliber skills. And then we have to focus on satisfying our employees. We have to maintain a very conducive environment for them to work, balancing work and life in order to have a strong relationship with employees. We have to create an environment where there will be a job satisfaction. When employees are satisfied with their job and motivated, they will be able to innovate, create, and this will lead to job retention. And what does job retention mean for us? It means more skills, increase in productivities and revenue. And we all know that employees, they work well and they accept changes when they feel that they belong and their ideas and thoughts count. When we listen to employees and listen to their ideas, when everybody put their ideas on the table and nobody's left behind, like I said before, and make sure that our employees are not burnt out, we are going to see our productivity increase. Workplace environment, conducive workplace environment can help us to add value to our product and to the organization. Next will be technology. Technology ensures that we are able to analyze what is more important in order to move forward. It helps us to make effective decisions. We can access all the data stored in different networks. We can access them and be able to make decisions. Not only that, with technology, we can be creative. It helps with innovation, new ideas, invention, and this will add value to customers' need, thus leading to increased market shares, revenue, customer satisfaction, and helping us to stay ahead of our competitors by having a solid technology. It helps us also to stay and survive in times of economic downturn. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about the difference between strategy and policy. First, I'm going to talk about strategy. Strategy is a combination of plan used to achieve organizational goal. And strategy focuses on external and internal environment factors. We can say that strategy is an action plan that helps an organization to achieve both long and short-term goals. It helps to gain customers' trust, have a competitive advantage, and also have a position in the market. With strategy, organization will be able to overcome obstacles and uncertainty that might arise from, example, economic downturn, be able to prepare, analyze what the current situation is in order to develop appropriate plan and implement them. Strategy can be evaluated and changed as needed. It's not rigid. Strategy is so flexible that we can amend them as we go on with the plan. It's good to revisit the plan. If it's not working, then make amendment. So it is crucial for organization to execute strategy, be transparent by disclosing information, and having strong corporate governance. Strategy helps every organization to make decisions and allocate resources to determine where the organization is going. It helps also the organization to align with its mission. So in everything that a business is doing, strategy is really important because it allows the business to project its desired future. Where do we want to be in the next 5 years requires a strategy. How do we strategize to get there? Organization without strategy will not be able to survive in this environment we live in. So it is crucial for organization to strategize so that they will be able to meet goals and objectives, be able to prioritize what is the most important to meet its vision. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about policy. What is a policy? Every organization must have a policy. Without a policy, organization will not function. Policy is a set of clearly written internal uniform set by the business. It is uniform, meaning that even if, for example, Promise Organic Juice is in America, in Minnesota, if you go to Wisconsin, it's the same policy. If it said it's a non-refundable in Minnesota, when you go to Milwaukee, which is Wisconsin, the same company, the policy is still the same, non-refundable policy. Policy communicates the value and belief of the organization. It's constant, it's consistent and uniform. And it's only focused on internal environment forces. You use it in a situation. This is a standard, rules and regulation that is used regularly. And they are developed out of a strategy or decision making. And policy is consistent over a long period of time to avoid discrepancies and overlapping. Another example I will use is like you go to Delta Airlines to buy a ticket. They have a policy that says this ticket you have 24 hours is refundable within 24 hours. After 24 hours is not refundable. That is internal policy they give in situations. However, this policy can be adjusted using discretion. Though it is said clearly, written clearly, because it is said by the organization, however, employees can use their discretion to make changes. It could be rigid, it could be flexible depending on situations. So policy helps to support organizational strategy and decision to achieve organizational goal. This will help to have competitive edge in the market. So, in a nutshell, policy is about what is to be done and what is not to be done in a situation. By using discretion, like I said, employee can make a decision. If they find that this decision is beneficiary to both the employee, the organization, and also to the customer, especially loyal customers. Thank you. So next we're going to talk about assessing the need for improvement using a gap analysis. When we talk about gap analysis or gap, some people will be asking, what is gap? Gap simply means missing. What is that thing missing? Why is our competitor next door, what is our competitor next door doing better than us? There must be something missing. And in this, it is important to analyze what is that one thing missing that's making us to lag behind. So, identifying and analyzing the strength and weakness of the organization will ensure that Promise Organic Fruit Juice, for example, is able to uncover the needs, the gap that is missing, because this will give a better idea of what needs to be corrected or improved. When this gap is covered, or the threat is covered, it will help to set a goal for both short and long-term goals. And by looking at resources, where are we going to uh, allocate resources in order to fill this gap, in order to work on this gap and be relevant in the market? Are we lacking behind because we are short of staff? Are we lacking behind because we don't have the necessary tools and equipment or technology? Is that why we're having gap? This needs to be analyzed. Then after this is analyzed, it is time to work on it, to cover new opportunities to achieve the desired goal or objectives. By doing so, this will help us to have competitive edge. And how do we do this? We're going to use historical data, analyze, like I said, what is lacking. Why is there no add value? Because what is lacking could be no add value to the customers. They don't see the value of the product they are buying from us. That's why they're going to our competitors. So we have to identify the root cause of it, of the performance gap. Why are our employees not performing? Why are they underperforming? Are they not motivated? Are they not happy? In this case, we allocate resources to training. We allocate resources to where it should be to effectively fill that gap, which will help us to move the company from point A to point B, to grow productivity, increase our sales, and like I said, have a competitive edge. Another gap that could be lacking, could be communication. The employees are not getting the necessary communication because we did not use proper communication channel. So in this case, yes, communication will be lacking. Where there is a communication gap, company will be less likely to achieve its strategic goals. So it is crucial for employees to understand why a change is being made. What is going on in the market? Are there crises in the market? Okay, if there is crisis in the market, how can we support? How do you want us to help? In communicating the need, what we need to move the company forward, to everybody, include everybody in the channel, that we motivate each and every employee, knowing that yes, the company cares for us. They care enough to let us know that this is what is going on and this is what they're looking to go, and this is what the company is looking to achieve. Everybody is motivated to work towards common goal, and that common goal is to achieve productivity, profits, increase sales, and retain customers, especially loyal customers. Thank you. So still talking about the gap analysis. It is important for organization to use the McSinkle's 7th model. Personally, I feel that is a good model to use. And why is that? Because this model It's about making changes due to economic downturn and adapt to environmental changes by using skills to answer how the strategies will be implemented. It shows to ensure that business can adapt, stay relevant, and survive. Changes are necessary to adjust, improve, and move forward with the full support of everyone by thinking creatively and embracing innovation simultaneously to achieve the long-term goal. Skills determine what changes are needed to make the company successful. So this model of McKinsey is very important in developing and remodeling of the organization, especially Promise Organic Juice during the downturn. It helps to remodel the business, repackage it, share value, structures, styles, empower staffs, strategies, and skills in order to get to where we want to get to, which is the whole purpose of this is to remain relevant in the market, especially in the global market. Many companies during economic crisis did not survive. Why? Because they did not look at the gap missing for them to take the opportunity and remodel, develop, innovate, and create to add value to customers' need. Risk management is the next topic we're going to talk about. Risk management helps to identify, assess, manage risk and uncertainty that is affected by both internal and external factors. It could be an obstacle for business from achieving a strategic objective and goal. Risk management is an essential tool to identify potential risk and help to allocate resources, monitor, control, and manage risk. Risk management helps, especially first, is to protect companies' assets. It helps an organization to make a sound decision and operate more effectively and efficiently. It also helps organization to retain its reputation. It helps to protect organization earnings, which gives the organization a competitive edge. Risk management helps organization in growing sales, and it helps to increase profit because it's able to see what is going on, where is the organization wasting resources. So it helps to cut any eventuality, any mismanagement of resources. Risk management helps to review what is good and what is lacking in an organization and focuses on the organization's resources, like I said, capabilities and core competence. It helps to identify an obstacle that is making an organization from achieving its strategical goal or objectives. Risk management is very crucial because it helps to measure the impact of organizational projects. Thank you. So now, after talking about risk management, your next question is that how does it fit into the overall strategic plan? We saw that identifying and analyzing the strength and weakness and threats of a company, it helps to uncover new opportunities or gap. So risk management helps to clarify, define vision and objectives to where the company is going. Risk management helps to stay ahead of changing trends in the market, and also it helps to reduce or terminate risk with high impact, and that helps organization. It helps to protect organizational assets. Risk management helps to maintain a transparent and open communication channel. So, when we talk about Promise Organic Fruit Juice Inc., risk management in times of crisis helps the company to uncover missing gaps, leading to new opportunities, creativities, improvement, innovation, and give the company a competitive edge by evaluating and analyzing potential risk. Risk management helps to gather feedback, data, information from stakeholders and clients, which helps the organization to implement or execute strategic planning through a process that will benefit the company. It also helps to measure strategies that can help us identify gaps, report lacks, and communication performances, which will in turn increase revenue and profit. We have, like for example, the special alert control that can be used to activate quickly, to reassess and respond quickly to unexpected events, especially during economic crisis. Risk management provides a way to reconsider the relevance of the business strategy and prepare to handle events as quickly as possible. So it helps to minimize risk. Finally, risk management helps to set tracks and communicate progress and results to have a competitive edge and improve sales by boosting productivity, results, because goals are specific. They are measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So, in conclusion, risk management is very important when it comes to strategic planning. It provides strategically transparent and open communication throughout the organization to ensure that all employees are in accordance and allow for different perspectives where everybody puts their idea on the table. So nobody is monopolizing the communication. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion and bring that opinion to the table. Thank you. So let's now talk about how are we going to use risk management in Promise Organic Fruit Juice Inc. strategic planning. Applying strategic planning to our organization will help to act and eliminate risk, create strategies that will help to eliminate unnecessary costs. It will help Promise Organic Juice Fruits to identify and address uncertainty facing the company. And also, it will help the organization to conduct its daily activities, implement new strategies, and uncover new opportunities and processes. It will help to maintain a transparent and open communication throughout the organization to ensure that all employees are in accordance and allow for different perspective, like I said. Promise Organic Fruit Juice can tackle what matters most by integrating risk management into strategic planning, continuous monitoring, and tracking the implementation strategy to conduct a full-scale business assessment. It is crucial. Strategic risk management is crucial because it will help to move Promise Organic Fruit Juice into the right direction to attain its future goal and have a competitive edge, expand and increase productivity and profit. So, in summary, we can say that risk management helps to measure the impact on a project to ensure that appropriate measure can be taken to mitigate loss and monitor any risk that may arise. It helps to identify and address uncertainty as early as possible. Then help plan for the most effective way to overcome the obstacles. Risk management ensures protection against loss, reduce uncertainty, which could be a problem if not managed properly. It also helps organizations seize untapped market opportunities that will ensure better performance in achieving the organization objectives and greater resilience in an ever-changing environment like during the economic crisis, I'm sorry. Risk management processes and capabilities ensure a strong foundation for improving governance to enable that the organization they have a proper checks and balances system over the management, which allows quantifying and measuring risk consistently and brings a good understanding of the potential obstacle that could hinder a business from achieving its goals and objectives. Thank you.